A load of black people, a load of fucking Polish, a load of fucking...
At a prayer meeting at a church, a black church in Charleston, in which 9 people, including the pastor...
No, you weren't English either.
And that is a moment that stuck with me where I wish I had said I don't agree. And just maybe I could have made some person stop and go, oh, that's not actually such a nice thing, and maybe not all white people think that. I should have said it. I should have said it. No.
Wish I Had Said Something was written for Anissa. Anissa, like so many other young Muslim women, wears a niqab. Anissa is also my little sister. She's chosen not to appear in this film for her own reasons. But as an older brother, I have failed her. Wish I Had Said Something is my attempt to raise awareness of hate crimes. We've developed this culture of recording hate crimes when we see them, which is great. But why don't we ever say anything? With this, I'm hoping someone will see it, and then next time they see someone getting discriminated against or harassed on the streets, they'll speak out. Wish I Had Said Something is my hope that, as a family, we can all help protect my little sister and others like her. Wish I Had Said Something is my attempt at forgiveness.
I just remembered like someone coming off the train, and as they came off the train, they literally punched me in my head and they punched me in my stomach, and then that person like ran off the train as quick before I could even see what had happened. I don't know, maybe it might have been in the car, maybe it might not have, I don't know, but that was the first time ever, and I remember it to this day. Like, you know, someone was really ready to physically hurt me.
Like, I have like stories upon stories of just racist encounters, hate crimes. This specific time, they pulled me out of the plane. They pulled me out of the plane and they searched me again outside the plane, and while everybody else was still boarding. So you're kind of standing there with your arms out, and you know they're frisking you, and you're wondering, like, I've already gone through all your machines, I've gone through all the security. Why are you doing this? And it felt like they were doing it to show everybody else
that this guy is safe to be on a plane with this guy.
Yeah, like we're checking him again. And what I realized is what that did to me, especially then, was it puts a chip on your shoulder to kind of prove yourself. Even though you know it's wrong what they're doing, you know that they're doing it for show. You know that they might not even believe you're a threat, you know, because I have a Canadian passport and they're looking me up. I don't have a criminal record, but they're doing it to kind of feed that fear.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I hope your evening is going well and peaceful. So I'm going to start this off with a story. I had an encounter at a mosque in Denver, Colorado. I was passing out flyers for an event for Syria. And I gave it to this one brother, and he looked at it and he said, "Oh, this is for Syria?" And I told him, "Yes, sir." And he handed it back to me and he told me, "Oh, I'm not Syrian." And then he walked into the masjid to pray to his Lord. So, you know, I'm not going to judge, but the problem is we have this culture mentality, you know what I mean, that is completely keeping us apathetic to the problems that are going on in the world.
If I'm honest, I feel like everyone to some extent has had a bit of, you know, they've been prejudiced to some extent. Everyone. And prejudging is just a part of a defense mechanism, essentially, because it's like, I don't know, you might see a guy on the street with a hood. Automatically, the paranoia might kick in, just maybe through media brainwashing, maybe your own experiences.
I was thinking, in terms of starting, that you would ask me, hypothetically, who are you? Tell us your story. And then I was thinking that I could tell you that I'm an Israeli, or that I'm South African, or that I'm an ex-soldier, or that I suffered from PTSD, or that I'm Jewish, or white, or living in London. And then the immediate afterthought that came to my mind is that is exactly where the problem lies. Is those labels, those categories.
And there's a funny thing, like you could obviously relate to this because you grew up in there. Turkish people leave, and a lot of people in that region of the world leave their shoes on their doorstep. It's a normal thing. They don't bring their shoes in the house. They would always leave it. And I remember growing up, like I would hang around with a bunch of kids. I'm not gonna put their names out there, but they would make fun of. They'd be like, "Why are you leaving your trainers out?" And they would take their shoes and like throw them in the bushes and make the Turkish people like go and get their shoes out of the bushes, like off their doorstep. And obviously it's just kids being ignorant, silly, growing up, you know, doing what kids do. But it's like me growing around those certain people would kind of put those, it's social circles, so people put those beliefs in me.
I almost feel there's a guilt to be taken from, or a regret, you know, I guess maybe regret's more appropriate, to be taken from the fact that you don't actively accept or deny something. And in doing that, you give someone permission to continue being the way they are. So, like, whilst it doesn't have to be as dangerous as standing up in the middle of a really bad scenario and going, I'm going to speak out against that, because it would be amazing if more people did that. I think maybe you could avoid that scenario ever coming to light if, in the day-to-day scenario, someone makes some kind of joke that you just know isn't right, or a comment or something quite under the radar even, and you just hear it and go, oh, I don't really think that's very cool, but you don't say something about it. They've just walked away with a little more reassurance that they can carry on like that.
This is not a poem. These words were demanded by your silence. They are sitting dormant in your spine, waiting. So get your wallets away from your hearts. Summon the sounds of tyranny and just listen for a minute. Be silent. Mourn with the mothers of lost daughters and the sons of martyred men. Let the slowing heartbeat create your cadence, please. Familiarize yourself with the lullabies of bullets, just so you know a different kind of slumber, so that you can walk differently in your wake. It'll be like a gas chamber in your chest. The fault will free you. The responsibility is yours. The responsibility is ours. And so I preach for the power to the people. I sing in solidarity with Ray's Fish. We are the people. We are the people. We are the people. Let us come together and may we see the light. Thank you.
I remember one time an older woman was just shouting at me. She was like, why are you wearing this? What's wrong with you? And this Asian man just turned around and he said to her, what's it to you? It's none of your business. If she wants to do this, she can. It has nothing to do with you. You should leave her alone. And you know the funniest thing is that those people who shout at you, who fight with you, as soon as someone says something, all of a sudden they don't know what to say anymore. All of a sudden they're silent. Sometimes you feel, oh, are they going to attack or be aggressive? But the reality is they are cowards. I mean,